Today I'll show you how I made this adorable necklace based off one of my characters, Luz. It requires extremely cheap materials and it's quite easy. Most of the techniques explained in this DIY are taken by the channel Isa's World, so shout out to them. Without further ado, let's begin. By the way, sorry if I sound sick, it's because I am. As I've said before, the character in question is Luz, an extremely energetic person in an apparently collapsing world. She can shapeshift and camouflage using the tattoos on her hands, but most importantly, she has this pendant that is used to control the shapeshifting magic. Why would I want to make this necklace in real life? For funsies, I guess. All materials listed are on screen, although this is not really a tutorial, just a making of. I started by making a mock-up shape of the pendant on paper, choosing traditional over digital, because my printer wasn't working.
Alright, I guess if you wanted to make this a little more precise, you would have to use a ruler. But honestly, I don't care, I'm too lazy for that. Maybe it doesn't look very good because it's not... Yeah, look, it's not centered. Alright, so I'm gonna put my canvas backwards like this. Kind of if we're drawing digitally. I mean, you can't really see, but yeah, one of the spikes is too big, and one of them on the side is too small, so I should fix that. Do I have a ruler here actually? Yeah. Yeah, here it is. Much better. Guys, by the way, I have a question. A lot of people told me that my accent sounds really British. I honestly think that's super funny. Alright, that looks promising. Let's delete some of the lines and start coloring a bit. My rubber is really dirty, god damn it. Alright, I guess I messed it up a little. Bruh. How am I supposed to take that off? What?
Okay guys, so for some reason I lost like an hour of footage of me coloring the base shape, but whatever, it's okay, because I don't think that would be very enjoyable. Also, this video, according to my iMovie timeline, it's already 30 minutes, so...
Have some cutting ASMR. Never mind, it's now it's gonna be screaming ASMR because I screwed up the cutting again. Ah! Oh my god, no, again! I'm gonna cry. I screwed up the cutting again. No! I actually have no idea what ASMR stands for, kind of think about it. I guess I could cut over the fat parts so I can make the lines, the golden lines thinner. But honestly, I'm too scared of screwing it up. Like I already broke some of the angles a bunch of times, so I'd rather not do that. Alright, since the angles here were a little small, I screwed up the cutting over here and it looks weird. No, I honestly don't know if I should keep this. Honestly, don't know if I should go with this. Because it doesn't look like I wanted to. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you use traditional cutting. I mean, honestly, this would have happened if I wasn't digital too. I would have been pissed off thrice. I mean, the least I can do is try to put some golden marker to hide a bit the white parts. I mean, come on, it's not that bad. Alright, so now we have our little base star right here. A little screwed, but still usable. Now what we're going to do, I don't think I'm gonna do it now, I'm a little tired. But what we're gonna do next time I record, we're gonna put this over some clay and we're gonna cut it over. Yeah, I mean, alright, I'll see you in the next recording for now. This is what we have so far. Alright everyone, we're back with another setup change. So now that we have the base structure ready, we're gonna do the actual necklace. To make the little chain for the necklace, I got this chain from a Harry Potter necklace that I had. But I realized that like the clasp with us, that's how we call it, it's broken, so I had to take it off. In the tutorial I saw, someone is basically taking this, taking the clay and then putting this on top and then cutting it up with like a knife or something, and then it attaches the base with some glue. And you see the problem with the problem that I have is that I don't know if this glue is still okay to use, because if you notice, it's not closed. I lost the lid, and so basically I don't know if it has gone dry or not. Alright, let me just grab some like a mat to put the clay on. Alright, I'm back with an actual mat. Alright, let's get this thing done. Alright, so first off we're gonna open the clay. Oh god, this thing smells awful. And we're gonna grab like a big punch of it. Okay. Alright, that's decent size. Alright, then I have to make it slightly big. I hope not to make it too thin, because if it's too thin, it's gonna break, and I don't want this to break. The problem of this clay in particular is that it's really hard to mesh it together, in my opinion. So if you mess it up and like you have to add more clay to the already... Sto registrando, aspetta! Ah boy, do I love sharing a room.
Good vibes only.
Alright, sorry. As I was saying, the bad thing about this clay is that if you mess it up and you have to add more of it, you're basically screwed, because it's almost impossible to add more of it. Now that we have a sort of decent base, I'm gonna model this to make it as flat and like in the same places as possible. Hold on, let me bring the camera a little closer so you guys can see what I'm doing. To come take a closer look at my absolute mess. Oh, by the way, there was a little story that I wanted to tell you. So a bunch of days ago, when I was recording the part when I made the top part for this necklace, I was speaking in English, right? So my mother thought that I was like speaking in English because I had to take a test the next day. And so, but I didn't know this. So the next day, the teacher actually gave me like a surprise test, and I scored really well on it. I got like a 9 out of 10. And when I came home, and she came to me and she told me, "Oh my God, I saw that you got like an awesome grade. I heard you speaking English the other day. However, I could not understand what you were saying. Were you taking your time your day to actually study?" No, I'm actually really skilled in English, so both in history and like in literature and actual grammar. I mean, at least for the Italian level of things. And my mother didn't know that I had recorded, so I said, "Yes, Mom, that's totally what I did." Yeah, that was goofy. Hey, I mean, when people ask you if you're God, you gotta say yes, you know? Okay, alright, so this looks pretty scuffed, as you can tell. It's really rough, so I have to take off the parts that I actually don't need. Oh, wait. I almost forgot to tell you, but I also bought the Eva phone that I needed for this project. Alright, let me see how messy it is down here. Oh no, it's all messy. I messed up the mat. My mom's not gonna be happy about this. Now that we have this, here comes the hard part, the glue. As I've told you, I don't know if this glue still works, so it's gonna be a little messy to figure it out. I don't have a plate, so I'm just gonna straight up put it on here, or just use this plastic wrap that's like something to cover it up. I just hope that it comes out, because else I'm gonna be so pissed off, because I don't want to buy more glue. Is this even gonna come out? Hold on, this will take a while. Alright, so we have a little problem. So essentially the glue is like, has become too hard to use. So yeah, honestly, I should have known better. I had noticed from a while that it was like that, like there was no lid to close it. You know what? There's one thing that we can do before we actually stop this. We're gonna add a tidbit of metal wire so that we can make the part where the pendant would be attached. Alright, so here's my chain over here. Now that we have a sort of width, yeah, you can see I actually passes through here quite well. I think I found this wire from a Flying Tiger a long while ago. I needed it for a project. Hello? Alright, we're back. Alright, so for you it's been like 2 seconds. For me it's been like 3 days. And I've bought the glue, and I've already glued the image onto the white part. Here's how it looks. Yeah, so it does look good. I also made sure to put some glue on top, so it actually has this sort of translucent effect. I want to do the translucent effect with resin. The problem is that it's very difficult to find around here, so maybe I'll have to use something else. Something that's lucid anyway, something like that, that gives that sort of like translucency. And I've also sanded it a bit, so it's slightly smoother. Alright, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna use white foam to cover the white parts that you can still see of the clay over here. Just let me go get some scissors first. Alright, so first off we're gonna add the base of the little star, because I don't want there to just be the clay on the base, right? Okay, then let's take out the scissors and let's cut out this shape. But actually, right now I'm supposed to study for my English test, my philosophy test, but I'm lazy, so... Ah, yes, we love doing arts and crafts instead of studying, don't we? I think I'm really procrastinating a lot recently. I said it also on my blog, but I'm trying not to do this as much, but sometimes I just get kind of carried away. Like in this case. Alright, so it would look something like this. For now, let's focus on the smaller parts. These are gonna be super difficult to do because I have no idea how big or tall they have to be. So we're just gonna go off of random measurements and see what we can get to. Alright, so this is sort of how it will look like. No, never mind. This is sort of how it will look like. I should probably move the camera on the other way around. Oh my god, yes, that's so much better. You can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, that's actually so much better. Okay, why did I not think of that sooner? Bruh. I just realized that I only have half an hour of recording storage remaining on my phone. So if I don't complete this in a half an hour, I'm not gonna have the footage. I mean, whatever, I can just show it later. I might as well start recording with my iPad, but recording with my iPad camera is awful. Also, the resolution is different. Alright, it's 3 p.m. so I think I should hurry up if I want to study for that goddamn test. Yeah, now it has this like nice little border. I mean, it does look a little scuffed, I can't lie. I mean, it's still better than nothing. Alright, now let me pause the recording because it's been a while. Hey, Yogurt! Hey! Check this out. You're not really interested, are you? No, where are you going? No, please come back. Okay, so here's how the final necklace looks. I fixed a bit the angles because some of them look kind of like this, where they wouldn't have the two parts aligned. I can't fix this part, unfortunately, it's already too glued. The others I managed to do something similar and fix it. I will show you how it looks like on me, but this chain actually does not have the clasp to close it, so it would be kind of useless. So yeah, now that we have our cool necklace, I'll see you in a couple seconds to see how I made the jewelry box. Alright everyone, we're back. Okay, so essentially, I'm sort of done studying, and you know, let's make the actual jewelry box now. This is my jewelry box, as you can tell. It's €1.50 box I got once when I was like a child, and you can tell this is actually already colored. This was supposed to be like the house for like a Lego character they had. Look, there's even a bed, there's a campfire, there's all the little trees, and there's even a night sky. I love it when I use the childhood things to make my projects, don't I? Not gonna lie, it's kind of sad that I have to see this box go just for this project, but I mean, it was an important part of my childhood. But basically, if I would have honestly thrown this out. We're gonna use some acrylic paint to paint this blue. Why blue? Because I love blue, and also because on our the sky where the character is from is also blue, and I just love blue. If you couldn't tell already. I hope the older drawings won't be visible because that would be kind of embarrassing to have my old stuff drawn here under the blue. Oh gosh, yeah, you can still see it in here. Oh no, you can still see the colors underneath. No. Alright, we're almost done. Oh my god, you know what would be awful? If all this paint ended up on my books that I'm using to study right now. Oh my god, I can't imagine going up to the teacher and the teacher going like, "Oh my god, Julie, what the hell is this blue mark on your Socrates page?" I'm supposed to say, "Yeah, teacher, I was messing around with some blue paint for our YouTube channel." Oh my god, that would sound awful. Not gonna lie though, I think she wouldn't be too mad about it because she's actually super nice. She's actually really base. I don't think she would be mad at me. I think philosophy is the best freaking subject. A lot of people hate it because it's complex and whatever, but truly, if you have a teacher like mine, it's the best one. Anyway, enough talking about Socrates, because I think that our first step is complete. Honestly, I don't mind the brown paint that I used when I was a child. Look at that! That actually looks kind of good. So here's how it looks. It's completely blue now. Exactly how I wanted it, except for this part because it's too dark to paint under. I guess I need to paint that blue again because it still shows the brown under it. And also over here, there's still the green. And the bed and the campfire from when this was just a silly playset. Alright, here we are. So for our last piece of progress, what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this little box and put some Eva foam over here on the base. So we can also cover like the bad painted parts over here. And also we're gonna add this cute little sigil on top. Okay, so let me just get a pair of scissors right quick. Wait, I'm stupid. The scissors are over here. So this is a diameter of... No, not the real diameter. This is not a goddamn circle. Hooray! We love geometry! Hey, yogurt. Do you want to eat this hexagon? She doesn't care. Yogurt, no! Alright, anyway, I had drawn something, like a little sketch for the logo that I want to put over there. Hold on. Alright, so it's supposed to kind of look like this. So it's like, is this thing? Oh yeah, right, okay. Not very well, but it does. Oh god, no! It's... whatever. Let's add some good old decorations with some gold paint. I actually programmed to use like a sort of spiral thing, but I don't think it would work well here because there's this flower motif thingy. I mean, I could color the flower, but it's difficult because this tip is too big and it cannot fit over here. Now, what should I do? I mean, let's just add some random decorations, like random dots. Why not? Oh, it looks pretty good enough. I thought this was gonna look horrible. The tip is all blue now. No! Alright, so here's how our box looks. I think that's pretty adorable, don't you think? Maybe something that we can do as like last touch would be to make this little star golden. There we go. Hell yeah!
Right everyone, thanks for watching this video. As you can see, this video is a little more focused on the making of itself rather than the character design. I wanted to make something that had a bit more, you could say, personality, because I realized that watching like 12 minutes of like sped up footage of me drawing and like editing gets a little boring, so I decided to add some sort of commentary to it. And obviously this is my first time doing this, so make sure to leave any feedback that you have in the comments. I'm also starting to use more iMovie. I'm trying to minimize the use of live motion in my videos, because that program is, as I've already said it a lot of times, but it's quite bad to use to edit long form videos. It was made for edits, not for long videos. Yeah, this video will probably be edited in a rush. It's currently the 26th of March, and this needs to be out by the end of March, and I also have many other deadlines. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon, hopefully with an April Fool's as well, or something like that. See you soon, guys!